How to feel chosen, seen, and valued in your relationship in healthy ways. Do you secretly crave significant, like feeling chosen, not just loved but wanted, like your presence means something to them, to your partner? That's not being needy, that's just human. Welcome to the Anxious to Secure podcast. I'm Yula, your host, the Anxious to Secure coach. When your need goes unmet, it can wreck your nervous system in your relationship. Let's talk about this. This is part 5 of the 8-part Meet Your Relationship Needs series. Last time in part 4, we talked about meeting your emotional need for connection and love. Today, we're diving deep into meeting your need for significance. Disclaimer, I'm not a therapist or doctor. This content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, or heal any mental health condition. If you're in an abusive relationship or dealing with severe mental health challenges, always seek professional advice. Significance is one of the top unmet needs for someone who has an anxious attachment style. It means I want to feel special. It means I want to matter in my relationship. I want to feel seen and chosen, not just to be part in this relationship. I really want to feel special. So what triggers it? Getting less attention than usual, delayed replies, distracted energy, last minute changes, feeling like an afterthought, even if you're living in the same household. Watching them light up for others, but not for you. Feeling like your partner's not trying hard enough to connect with you, but maybe to others. Maybe your partner doesn't give you compliments. Maybe they're noticing a new haircut in your friend and not in you. And they don't even notice you. I used to worry a lot about not feeling chosen or wanted in my relationships, if they didn't initiate, if they lit up more in someone else's conversation and barely noticed me. I felt triggered and anxious. And I used to think like, why am I not enough? What's missing? What do they have? Always made me feel like I wasn't good enough. And what is wrong with me? So I remember one time my partner met up a friend and he always reassured me it was just a friend, there's nothing going on. But then he got dressed up very nice and wore his nice shirt for her. And I remember I felt very insecure and worried and spiraled. And I thought, why is he dressing up nicely for her? But when we go out or even in our flat, he never puts on his nice t-shirts. He always wears the same shirt over and over again. And so I thought I'm not important enough for him. He doesn't even care about me. He doesn't want to make an effort for me. But I know now I was completely insecure. There was nothing to worry about. And he's just a guy who doesn't want to waste his good shirts inside the flat or when he doesn't go out, and he only literally wears his good shirts like 5 times a year, and that's just who he is. But at that time I didn't know that. I took it personal, and that's what we often do for someone who has an anxious attachment style and who really wants to feel chosen, a priority, feeling seen, feeling special. So what has changed from then to now? I've changed so much about myself. It's not that my partner actively has done a lot of inner work, but over time, when I have healed my anxious attachment style and worked on my core wounds and filled my own cup and my needs, my partner has changed as well. It created this whole ripple effect in our relationship. We are better off in our relationship compared to 4 or 5 years ago. So I stopped outsourcing my need for significance. I did the work on my attachment system. I rewired how I saw myself. Now I feel significant without overgiving or overproving or chasing or feeling insecure all the damn time. Now I know my worth, and now I don't need my partner to tell me this all the time. I can tell this myself daily. And I want to help you to do the same for yourself, so you don't feel insecure anymore. I don't want you to chase your partner for all of these things, because this will push your partner away. Somewhere along the line, you've internalized the idea, I need to be important to feel safe. I need to be seen and chosen. I need to be a priority. I need to be heard and valued to feel worthy of love, to be good enough. Maybe a parent made you feel invisible unless you were achieving, overachieving, or you had to earn love to feel special, to feel good enough. When you don't address this wound, you start chasing this feeling of being significant and valued through micro-sabotaging actions like sending a second text and a third one in hopes they will finally see how much you care. Picking fights just to get attention or any kind of reaction. Bragging a little too much to feel worthy. Or overthinking, overgiving in hopes they will finally see how much you care and how valuable you are. But it is exhausting. It never works and it feeds the cycle of pushing them away. Your partner's not with you for what you do for them, but for who you are. Anxious attachment tells you, if I'm chosen, I'm lovable. If I'm not chosen, I'm not safe. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve anything else. And I'm ugly. I'm not good enough. I'm something else. There's something wrong with me. But in truth, you can be safe right now. You are worthy. You're good enough. And there's nothing else you need to do or to prove to anyone. Even when you're not the center of someone else's world, you can be the center of your own world. And you should be. Because you were there on the day you were born. And guess what? You will be there on the day you will die. So let's talk about how this pattern shows up in different stages of a relationship. For the dating stage, you go on a great date, they take 2 days to reply. Your brain screams, if I met her, they would text me back right away. This is a significance wound. It's not a fact. This fact is not based in truth. It's based on BS behavior, fed and reinforced through TikTok beliefs, right? Try the saying, my worth doesn't depend on someone's texting speed. For long-term relationships, it might look like your partner forgets to say thank you for something you did. An old belief might be, they don't appreciate me anymore. Your new truth could be instead, I can validate myself or showing up in other powerful ways. Or maybe you feel invisible in chaos. You think no one ever noticed me, how much I'm doing. So try this. Take 30 seconds to name 3 things you did well today. Write them down, say them. You're training your brain to see things for yourself first. And yes, this literally builds new neural pathways. So what if you stop chasing your partner to meet this need? So here are 3 ways how you can feel significant without outsourcing it all to your partner. First, through yourself. Self-validation and inner work. This means you start giving yourself the recognition and attention you crave, not waiting for someone else to say you matter, you say it to yourself. Daily on purpose. Instead of wondering why your partner didn't compliment your outfit, look in the mirror and give it to yourself first. Build a connection to yourself. Instead of waiting to be invited, celebrate the fact that you made plans and invited yourself. Instead of spiraling when they forgot an anniversary or your birthday, acknowledge the love and effort you bring to the relationship. Self-validation is like watering your own roots instead of begging for rain to appear and for things to change that you can't control. You can't control what your partner does, what your friends do, what other people do, but you can control your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. So take control of your life and your relationship, of things you can actually control, because it's so much easier and it feels so much more empowering. And this rewires your brain to stop seeking external proof and start building internal safety. And when you start feeling safer inside, it calms the clinginess. You build self-worth and self-esteem, and it heals your unworthiness wound. It's how you go from anxious to secure, step by step, day by day, thought by thought, and action by action. And here's some powerful journaling prompts you can use as well. What do I wish someone else would notice, appreciate, or validate about me right now? Or what do I wish someone else, like my partner, would notice, appreciate, or validate about me? Then you say it out loud to yourself. Maybe every day. Journal about it, write it down, and say it out loud to yourself. Turn it into like a rewiring audio and listen to it before bed. When you wake up, when you go on your morning walks, text it to a coach or to a friend. Don't wait for someone else to hand it to you. That's your new job now. Instead of thinking they are not making me feel special, I'm learning to feel special without performance. I don't have to prove that I'm worthy or lovable. I just need to prove it to myself. That is secure energy. This is the shift from chasing significance to embodying it. So I want to share something with you that I usually don't promote here on the podcast. Usually I only have a few spots available, but I thought this is a great opportunity for you. So I know so many of you are listening and craving more consistent support with your relationship anxiety, with your anxious attachment style. If you're feeling stuck in your head, worrying a lot about your future, doubting yourself every time they pull away, what you need is someone who guides you through this in real time. Text and Talk, it's an offer where we're going to message via WhatsApp or Telegram back and forth as many times as you want. Think of it like having me in your pocket as a friend and coach available to message and talk things through whenever you need extra support on your relationship journey to feeling more secure. So here's what's inside and what's included. Instant text and voice support, like text through your challenges within about 24 to 48 hours. There's more flexibility involved. You decide pace and the intensity of the support. I share with you concrete tools or step-by-step guides that will help you along this journey. I'll be very reassuring and validating. I will also point you towards your blind spots. We will discuss your goals weekly or monthly, however you desire it. It's all based on the client. This is ideal, for example, for someone who wants to become their own source of validation, security, or connection, someone who doesn't want to chase or worry about triggers anymore and wants to become securely attached, someone who wants to become their secure best version of themselves. Someone who wants to learn specific tools like processing their emotions, getting their needs fulfilled in healthy ways, and so on. If this sounds like the version of yourself you're ready to step into, I would love to chat more about this. There's two different options you can choose from. The bestie offer is an unlimited Monday to Friday support. You can message me as much and often as you want, and I'm all yours. While the friends offer the reduced version, I will respond twice to you back during this time. Even just 2 check-ins a week will get you so much closer to becoming securely attached, becoming your best version of yourself. Imagine feeling anxious in your relationship and you having someone to discuss it during that week already. Then you can apply these tools that you've learned during that week and reassess and revalue. So if you're curious about coaching calls are a little bit scary or are too much of an investment right now, check out that option in the link of the description and go check it out. Let's get into inner child work. When you're craving to feel seen, when your brain is spiraling into why aren't they choosing me, pause. Place a hand over your heart. Close your eyes. If you feel free to do so and you're not driving. Imagine your 7-year-old you, your 7-year-old self, right here. She's holding your phone. You're not talking to your partner right now. You're talking to her. That version of you who once felt invisible, who never got picked first, who was praised for being helpful, polite, or quiet, but not always felt heard or deeply understood. She's the one flaring up in the moment. She doesn't need a prince or savior or parent. She doesn't need your partner to rescue her. She only needs you. Put your hand on your heart and say, I see you. I hear you. You are allowed to feel this. I've got you. We can do this together. Breathe. Breathe into her. Let her know you're safe. I know I can handle uncomfortable feelings now. I know how to show up for you now. Because when you ignore your own emotions, when you brush off your needs, when you abandon yourself, you accidentally become your own inner bully, your own mean girl. And then you wait for your partner to save you, to soothe you, to say you're enough. But your partner is not your therapist, not your parent, not your healer. You are all of this now. And every time you do this, every time you meet that part of you, softness, instead of spiraling and worrying, you rewire your brain. You shift from anxious to secure. You give yourself the significance you were always worthy of. You make yourself feel seen, a priority, important. Step 2 is through other people. Expand your circle. You don't need one person to meet 100% of your emotional needs. You are allowed to feel significance in other places as well. Your best friend who gets excited when you call, or just another friend. A group chat where you feel deeply seen, perhaps. Work where your skills are valued. A client who says, you know what, you changed my life. Or a coach who cheers you on for when you doubt yourself. Maybe a neighbor who just waved at you and makes you feel seen. A colleague who appreciates your hard work and compliments your effort. Maybe your dog who greets you unconditional and wiggles the tail whenever he sees you. Maybe a stranger who just holds open the door for you or smiles at you or makes you feel seen in a small, tiny way. But this all compounds, it all adds up. It's all about finding multiple sources of emotional connection and support. When you expand your circle, you feel supported, valued, and seen outside of just this one person. It's like a web of love and reassurance that make you feel grounded. This isn't a betrayal in your relationship, it's expanding your emotional support system, because the more full you feel from many places, the less pressure your partner feels to be your everything. And that is where security really grows and you feel more worthy and confident. And become a problem solver instead of a problem dweller. When you feel the craving for significance, ask yourself, who else in my world makes me feel seen? How can I create this feeling that I want to feel right now? Look to friends who light you up when you call. Family members who appreciate your unique qualities, nature activities that ground you in your own presence, community groups, creative pursuits. The more sources of significance you cultivate, the less desperate you will feel when your partner then doesn't fill your cup, doesn't give you the compliment, doesn't make you feel appreciated or a priority, because you're your own priority. You have other people to make you also feel seen and valued. And then step 3 is through your partner. Yes, you are allowed to make yourself feel seen through communication. For example, detached, not neediness. Express your needs in a healthy, detached way. I love teaching detached communication. Detached doesn't mean cold, it means non-clingy, meaning it's asking without attaching your worth to the answer. So it's like it helps me to feel connected when you initiate sometimes. I love being reminded that I matter to you. Small things go a long way for me. I loved it when you surprised me last week. That kind of stuff makes me really feel seen. Just like positive reinforcement versus like, you never do this for me, you never give me compliments, you never prioritize me over your friends. This doesn't feel good for anyone. You're allowed to want things, you're allowed to say things what matter to you. But it lands so differently when it's not in a form from panic or pressure or criticism. When you learn to express yourself from a place of security, not desperation, it builds more intimacy. And that's how your partner becomes the bonus and not a lifeline. And for the bonus exercise, I want to share with you my FARE framework for rewiring your brain. Let's shift the belief that's driving your anxiety, the belief that says, I only matter when someone else chooses me. This is what actually rewires your anxious attachment style, because sometimes no matter how many compliments or date nights you get, it still doesn't feel like enough. That's when you know it's not the partner, it's your belief system under the surface that needs to be changed. So FARE, F, find the belief, find the awareness. A is ask questions. R, reframe it. E, echo the new belief. So let's start with step 1. F, find the belief. The belief might be here, I'm not their priority. It means I don't matter. Step 2 is A, ask a question to separate the fear, the story, from the facts. So is it actually true? Have they ever said I don't matter to them? Can someone love me and not prioritize me 100% of the time. Where did I learn this belief? Where is this rooted from? Learning to tell the difference between what the present moment is versus where the roots are of this belief is very important. And R is reframe it. I can matter deeply to someone even if I'm not always number one in every moment. Like, I'm allowed to be important and that others have their own life. E is echo, because with repetition, the more you repeat your new belief, you create a habit, and this then rewires your new attachment style and become from anxious to securely attached. Like, every time the trigger now shows up, repeat this new belief and also align your actions with it. Like, you write this down, you say it out loud, you ideally listen to audios that rewire this belief when you go to sleep. When you wake up, you want to become this new version and really think differently. So my worth is measured by how much attention I get. I already matter. So why this works? Your anxious brain runs on old programming. Fore framework helps you to interrupt the loop and gives your brain a new map. For example, let's say your partner didn't say I love you back in the morning rush. Your old thought might be, they're pulling away, I don't matter anymore. So you pause and fore it. Find the belief, I'm telling myself I'm not important enough. Ask the questions. Have they ever shown me they don't care in other ways? Could they just be rushed? Could they just be, having a hectic day ahead of themselves? Then reframe it. Their love isn't proven in every moment. I can trust their overall pattern. And then echo it. I'm still loved, I still matter, and you just repeat the new belief over and over again. Do that enough and your nervous system will start to believe it. You receive what you believe. Your environment will match your beliefs. Because if you will always believe that you are not worthy, you're not a priority, and you're not chosen, everything else will follow. This will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is how you become emotionally self-sufficient while still enjoying connection. Remember, your needs for feeling seen and valued and significant is valid. But when it becomes a demand, it turns into this trap, the anxious-avoidant trap. When you meet this need first, the chase ends. The power returns. You become unignorable because you already see your worth. And remember, you don't become significant when someone picks you. You were already significant before. You just need to pick yourself first. So change in your relationship starts with you, thought by thought, action by action, and now episode by episode. Lots of love. I see you in the next one. Don't forget to check out my free resources, the free attachment library linked in the show notes below. Lots of love. Bye bye. Yula.